any company worth their salt uses data and research to plan for the future. And since what comes next is on everyone's mind right now, let me share some interesting data and information that anyone working in or within the fitness industry should know. Thanks for joining me for another IHRSA Take 5, sponsored by Precor. As we prepare to gather virtually for the 2021 IHRSA annual meeting on March 30th, where we'll discuss financial and other important updates, as well as the election of new board members, the question on everyone's mind is, will we ever meet in person again? Well, once again, we can look to China for confidence that our industry will recover. The China Fit and IHRSA China Management Forum 2021 was just recently held as a hybrid event, and they had 150 in attendance virtually and more than 250 people attend live and in person, which is similar to what they've had in years past. This is a good sign that people are ready and willing to return to in-person events. I know all of us here at IHRSA are excited to see as many of you as possible, both in person and virtually, at the hybrid 2021 IHRSA 40th Anniversary Convention and Trade Show this September. I mentioned before, and many of you know that I'm based in Texas and have lived here all my life. So when our governor recently decided to remove all state mandates and allow businesses to open completely, I began receiving a lot of calls from friends from clubs all over the country who wanted to know how gyms were handling the situation. Well, here's what I can tell you. Many Texas clubs are absolutely continuing to do the same thing they were before the restrictions were lifted, and that is follow the safety guidance laid out in the active and safe commitment and reassure their staff and members that their safety comes first. And the reception really has been very positive. In fact, the morning after the state fully reopened, one club shared that of the 620 members that checked in the morning, only 4 questioned having to continue wearing a mask. And that afternoon, only 5 of the 540 members that checked in questioned the mask policy at all. Other clubs around Texas that I spoke with shared similar experiences. The reality is there's very, very few members that are resisting the request to maintain safety measures. Clubs do plan on gradually rescinding restrictions, increasing capacity, and granting access to previously off-limit areas over the coming weeks in sort of a staged approach to complete reopening with no restrictions. Recently, Harris & Company, a firm that uses consumer research and surveys to develop insights for their customers, released their annual predictions report and fitness in recovery. The key stat I want to share is from their trends and predictions portion, where they talk about and share data which suggests that personal trainers have already and will become increasingly independent of clubs and will take a more holistic and wellness-oriented approach with their clients as well. As of 2020, the study reported that 79% of personal trainers remain affiliated with a health club of some sort. Based on the trends, however, they predict that by 2030, only 50% of personal trainers will still be affiliated with health clubs. The pandemic essentially forced trainers to do business differently when their clubs were closed, and some of these newfound opportunities will keep them from returning at pre-pandemic levels. Something to think about as clubs reopen, membership levels continue to rise, and personal training, at least in most clubs, seems to be lagging a little behind. Trainerize has over 300,000 active users and recently released some data that I think you'll find interesting as well. Right now, there are approximately 225,000 active personal trainers training clients around the world. 30% of clients connect an external device or app like MyFitnessPal to Trainerize. 20% of active clients are in digital groups that are created by their personal trainers. And most interestingly, from pre-pandemic to post-pandemic times, personal trainers saw roughly a 25% increase in income. This data continues to support the growing sentiment that people will be taking their physical health a lot more seriously following the pandemic. Well, that's it for this week's Take 5. If you have an interesting stat you've seen concerning the fitness industry, please comment on this video, share it with us. My team would love to hear from you. Thanks a lot. We'll see you next week.